everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And don't you forget, you gotta keep it expeditious.
It's always a better choice. My one and only station.
DBS Radio. DBS News. Fresh in the morning. Eye-opening and balanced. The DBS Morning News starts right now. This morning's headlines: some of Dominica's music icons are to receive the Lifetime Achievement Award during the Creole Heartbeat Music Awards on January 3, 2026. St. Lucia's Prime Minister commends the public for successful VAT-free shopping day. The President of Ukraine goes to Florida tomorrow to meet Donald Trump to discuss roadmap for ending the war with Russia. And England ends 15-year drought and beats Australia in the Ashes series. Details of the morning news right after this.
It's always a better choice. My one and only station.
DBS Radio.
DBS News.
Welcome back to the DBS Major Morning News. My name is Curtis Matthew. Some of Dominica's music icons are to receive the Lifetime Achievement Award during the Creole Heartbeat Music Awards on January 3 at the Intercontinental Cabrits Resort. Jerry Williams is a member of Creole Heartbeat.
So the Lifetime Achievement Awardees this year are Ophelia Mary in Cadas, Lipso, Nasio Fountain in Reggae, Jerry Lloyd in Gospel, Keith Goddard in Booyah, David Benjamin, Traditional, Fitzroy William, Cadas, Lipso, Ian Jackson, Calypso and Songwriting. The Felix Henderson Award, Sonia Magloire Akpa, and the iconic award, Krishna Dada Lawrence. The Dominican Music Award are about more than trophies. They are about structure, transparency, credibility, and respect for artistic contribution. As Creole Heartbeat celebrates 5 years, the DMA stands as proof that when culture is treated seriously, it creates trust, value, and lasting legacy.
And that's Jerry Williams of Creole Heartbeat. Meantime, 24 Dominicans will be recognized in the Dominica Music Awards.
That night, we will honor a Booyah artist, a Cadas Lipsonian artist, a Calypso artist, a reggae artist, a gospel artist, soca song, compa artist, whose music best represents the year. The male and female artists of the year who stood in the forefront of Dominican music. The junior male and female artists representing the future of the industry, the band of the year and rising artist band of the year, shaping performance and culture, the DJ, producer, songwriter, sound engineer, videographer, and photographer whose technical excellence elevates the music. The music video, album, and collaboration that stood out as complete creative work. The manager and promoter of the year whose leadership and vision created opportunity and structure. So on that night, these people will also be celebrated.
And that's the communication and marketing specialist for the 2025-2026 Music Awards, Julie Roberts. Coordinator of Creole Heartbeat, Ambassador Leroy Waddick-Charles says the significance of the Music Awards should not go unnoticed.
Possibly never before in our history, all these musicians were nominated. The journey thus far has been very challenging. It's a very expensive venture also. But we have decided to take on this challenge. You know why? Because the culture, the spinal cord of any nation, we have seen what it has done for our brothers and sisters in our bigger CARICOM countries, the US of A. Globally, we have seen what music and culture has done for the GDPs of those various states. We have seen Dominica elevated. Every single carnival of late has had some Dominican component. Everyone is looking for the 2026 season. So we could not allow the 2024-25 season to go unnoticed. So we have gone deep and sacrificed, and I want to commend the coordinator and the marketing specialists for their hard work in really putting things together. We still are looking for partners to come on board, but we want to thank those who have seen and endorsed this movement. We have seen the flags of the Nature Isle at all the major dances and carnivals and fetes globally, an indication that the Cicero flag is moving to places. January 3rd, 2026, Intercontinental Hotel will be the place when history will be made. So we're calling on every single Dominican, both at home and throughout the diaspora. Let us support our musicians.
And that's Ambassador Leroy Waddick-Charles, the coordinator of Creole Heartbeat. DBS Radio will broadcast the event live on the 3rd of January 2026 at the Intercontinental Cabritz Resort. DBS will bring the event live. Other news this morning, 27-year-old Emmanuel Eli of Center Granby is dead as a result of a road traffic collision. Eli crashed on his bike on Christmas Day in Granby and died. The accident took place on the Lally where he was traveling north. Police said he hit the verge of the road at the intersection, and upon impact, he was catapulted off the motorbike and fell to the ground and succumbed to his injuries. He was pronounced dead around 9:45 p.m. on Christmas Day. Police continued their investigation into the road fatality. Meanwhile, the police have reported the shooting death of 29-year-old J.V. Mason of St. Joseph, who resided at Shawford. The police say the incident occurred at Upper Bath Estate on Wednesday afternoon. Mason was transported to the accident and emergency department of the Dominica China Friendship Hospital, where he was examined and pronounced dead. The police say investigations into the matter are ongoing. Chairman of the Police Welfare Association, David Andrew Jr. says successful salary negotiation with government was a highlight for the association in 2025. Mr. Andrew says a 5% salary increase and another increase next year, plus a risk allowance, were all negotiated this year.
I think we made some strides as it relates to salary negotiations. We received the 5% increase as promised by government, and we are expected to receive 3% by July 2026. We also received the $250 risk allowance for our members, and our members are quite satisfied. Also, we are happy that our work has recommenced at the St. Joseph police station. We always believe that it's better to have all the men housed in one station. You can be effective and coordinate your duties better. And we are also looking forward in the next year for the recommencing of the Cassibus police station. Also, the PWA has also engaged the federation regionally. There's a few years that we have not been part of the federation, but this year we went to two of the meetings. The whole position we want to position ourselves is that we can have a greater regional response as it relates to the welfare, not only in Dominica, but the other member states. Even looking at what just happened in Jamaica, where we had Hurricane Melissa, which ravaged the country. The regional response committee was set up, and I am the one which will head the committee to provide that response to our members as it relates to the impact of natural disasters on our members.
And that's the chairman of the Police Welfare Association, PWA, David Andrew Jr. Fire Chief Wayne Later says 2025 was a year of transition, progress, and resilience for the Dominica Fire and Ambulance Services. Speaking with DBS News, Fire Chief Later described 2025 as a year of mixed fortunes, marked by leadership change, operational challenges, and notable achievements within the fire service.
Yes, well, the year 2025 was, a challenging year for the fire and ambulance services, but I would say it was a year of mixed fortune. And I could say from the onset that in 2025 we started with a new fire chief at the helm, and that's me. And that is as a result of the former chief, Mr. Josiah Dupe, retiring from active service at the end of 2024. But all in all, the year was a mix, as I said earlier, it was a mixed fortune. So one of the highlights of the year, I can say early on in March, was the hosting of the inaugural conference for women in service. And this is something that was done by the Institute of Fire Engineers for the Caribbean and South America. And that inaugural conference was held in Dominica for women in service. And the women in service that we are talking about, it's fire service, police, the customs, army, Coast Guard, military within the Caribbean. So we had women from all over the Caribbean coming into Dominica for that conference in March of 2025. And it was very good, and from all recounts from the persons who attended, that conference was very well appreciated. They were really engaged, and they really got a better sense of what it is for women who are actually working in those services.
And that's the Fire Chief Wayne Later. He also praised the firemen and women for their very good work in the year.
I would want to, at this moment.
Other news this morning, Chief Executive Officer of Discover Dominica Authority, Marva Williams, says 2025 was a successful year for the institution. She says record numbers of patrons arrived in Dominica in February for Carnival and October for the Independence and World Creole Music Festival this year.
To the start of the year, and we remember our celebration of Carnival. Carnival was an excellent year for us, not just in terms of saying that, but in terms of the celebration of Bouillon, which continues to have its moments, and which was a major highlight for Dominica's Carnival. We saw a lot more people coming into Dominica for the celebration of the Carnival. We saw a lot more impressions coming from events like Sunrise and a lot of the fringe events, and even Carnival Monday and Tuesday. I mean, Juve was amazing, and that was shown in the increase in arrivals for Dominica's Carnival. Jazz and Creole is an event which is on the rise. It is coming strong. We have some improvements to make as it relates to the whole Jazz and Creole offering, but the important thing is we continue to see our numbers rising. And then the department implemented the World Creole Music Festival. I mean, that was the biggest festival ever implemented in the history of the 25 years, biggest in terms of investment and all that. And we saw the numbers in terms of attendees. We reported over 42,000 attendees across the 3 nights. And for the month of October, we had near 15,000 stayover arrivals for the month of October. So it's been a good year for events tourism, in terms of contributing to the stayover arrivals and of course the overall economy of Dominica.
And that's the Chief Executive Officer of Discover Dominica Authority, Marva Williams. Let's head into St. Lucia now. That country's Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre has commended the public for its support and exemplary behavior on VAT-free Shopping Day. The event held on December 22 saw a reduction in the prices of qualifying goods, resulting in residents filling the aisle of shops nationwide. Well, the Prime Minister of St. Lucia said his office has been extremely happy with what they saw. The first ever local VAT-free day was made possible through an amendment to the VAT Act, with participation remaining voluntary for businesses. In an official statement released by the Office of the Prime Minister, Philip J. Pierre deemed the day a huge success. He said it reflected his administration's commitment to implementing practical, people-focused policies that deliver meaningful financial relief, particularly during periods of increased household spending. Pierre also praised retailers and frontline staff for their professionalism and cooperation, saying their efforts contributed to a smooth and positive shopping experience around the island. Finally, this morning, the President of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky, is meeting President Donald Trump in Florida tomorrow to discuss a roadmap on ending the war with Russia. Zelensky told reporters on Friday he believes a lot can be decided before the new year. He added that the discussions may not yield an immediate agreement, but emphasized the goal to finalize as much as they can. He's bringing a new 20-point peace plan to the table, but the U.S. President Trump said he has to approve any plan before it is discussed by all parties involved. It is 17 minutes after 7 o'clock. That's the morning news. Don't go away. The sports report comes up shortly.
Covering the nation and beyond, DBS Sports Report.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fenced pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
This Christmas, bring home the joy with NBD. Apply for an NBD credit card or personal loan, and you could be one of our lucky winners in a special Christmas shopping spree. Celebrate the season with friends and family. Shop for your holiday favorites and make this Christmas truly magical. Make your season brighter. Visit any NBD branch today. For more information, go to nbddominica.com or call 767-255-2300. Hurry! This festive offer ends January 9th, 2026. Don't miss your chance to bring home the joy. Terms and conditions apply.
Let's begin the DBS Morning Sports Report with cricket news. England has avoided a series whitewash against Australia as they completed an amazing turnaround to win the fourth Ashes Test inside 2 days. England chased down a tricky 175 needed for victory to win the match by 4 wickets on day 2 and pick up their first win in Australia in 15 years. The Australians resuming the day on 4 without loss. They were bowled out for 132. Travis Head got 46. Steve Smith, 24 not out. Cass got 4 for 34. and Ben Stokes 3 for 24, chasing 175 to win. England got 178 for 6, with Jacob Bethel getting 40. The final scores: Australia 152 and 132 all out. England 110 and 178 for 6. England won by 4 wickets. Josh Tong, he was named man of the match. Australia leads the series 3-1. The England captain Ben Stokes said it was good to be able to beat Australia after 15 years.
Yeah, really good. It's obviously been a tough tour up until now, and we're obviously over the moon that we managed to get, on the right side of the result. It's been not only a tough tour for us as a team out here, but obviously everything that's gone before us. So to be stood here now and, be part of a team who's managed to win a game out in Australia over a long period of time is a pretty good feeling.
You said you wanted to do it for the fans, and you went over and thanked the Barmy Army over in Bay 13. They've obviously supported you right throughout this series. How much do you think it's meant to them?
Oh, yeah, well, I hope it means a lot. We play for, so many different things, and the support that we constantly get from, the Barmy Army and everyone who comes out here to support us, whether it's Australia or wherever around the world. It's very, very special. There's just constant noise going on, constant, chants. So the guys out in the middle, they hear it, they feel it, and they know it. It obviously means a hell of a lot to us as players that we've got this win, but I know how special of a feeling the guys over there right now are going to be. There might be some pretty sore heads tomorrow.
And that's the England captain, Ben Stokes. So England beating Australia in Australia for the first time in 15 years. The Australia captain, Steve Smith.
Yeah, tough loss in the end. I thought England came out today and played some really good cricket. They got the ball in the right areas and, dismissed us. And then I thought the way they started with the bat was good. Obviously, they were really aggressive, tried to break the back of the reasonably small chase on a tricky wicket, and they got off to a bit of a flyer. And a couple of their sort of heavy blows softened our seam quite a bit, and probably didn't offer quite as much as it had for the rest of the game after that. So credit to them. In terms of the wicket, obviously it was a tricky one. 36 wickets over 2 days, probably offered just a little bit too much.
And that's the Australian captain, Steve Smith. Some boxing news now. The public is being asked to support and give generously as the fight to save the life of 14-year-old boxer Tahir Tyson intensifies. The Dominica Boxing Association is this evening staging a major boxing fundraising event at the Massac Indoor facility. Boxers from the United States will be on show. Here is the president of the Boxing Association, Job Joseph.
We have a young boxer, Tayo, who boxing out of the ring for his life. And we're going to have some fights in the ring to help him fight. So we are fighting that cancer together with him. Yes, we'll have Dominican boxers versus the U.S. We'll have free matchup from the U.S. with Dominican fighters. And then we'll have local boxers also fighting. So we would like the Dominican public to come out in big numbers and support Tayo fight that fight. Together, I know we can do it. And I know Dominicans have been very faithful to the Boxing Association. They always show up when there is boxing. And seeing that we're fighting for a bigger cause, I think that they will come on board and they will help us to fight that fight in a larger number.
Job, let me ask you, what about the spirits of young Tyson? How has he been recently? I know he is back from Trinidad where he was receiving further attention.
Well, Tayo, if all of us have his spirit, I think we'll pull it through because he called me and told me, Coach, you know something? I have more faith than fear, and with that type of spirit and that positive nature of him, I think nothing is impossible. Anything we can go through. And Yahweh is in control of everything, so at the end of the day, Yahweh is in charge, and we'll just accept everything he asks and everything he do because he is in full charge.
And that's the Boxing Association President, Job Joseph. He says he's grateful for the boxers from the U.S. and overseas who are taking part in the event.
First of all, I'm very, very happy. And I'm happy that when I call them that they accept, because as I said the other time, this is their time to stay with their families. And they are leaving it to come and help Tyson. Not only showing that as boxing, we are a boxing family, and we try our best to help each one. Matter of fact, the three-time world champion will be in Dominica also, just for that event. And he's coming just to support, not just for the boxing, but to support the whole event, to ensure that we get some money at the gate so we can help Tayo fight his fight. So I want to thank them for taking that court and coming to support us in helping Tayo. I also want to thank the boxers in Dominica. Some of them had to be out of Ireland, but they stayed. Some travel, and some of those who had to travel, they stayed just to ensure that this fight take place, so we can give a helping hand to help young Tyson fight his fight out of the ring. Because, this opponent he's fighting is a very, very strong opponent. And together, we need to fight together with him so he can fight that fight,
Boxing Association President Job Joseph. Tonight's event will be showed live on the DBS radio, Facebook, and YouTube channels. The event will get underway at 7 o'clock. The Dominica Football Association, DFA, has launched an investigation into allegations of serious misconduct involving members of a national junior team following their participation at a recent regional football tournament. While the severity of the allegations have not been made public, DBS Sports can confirm that an investigation is being carried out following the national under-17 girls football team's participation at the Windward Islands under-17 tournament in Grenada. One official of the Dominica Football Association told DBS Sports the DFA is treating the matter seriously and will leave no stones uncovered as it seeks to get to the bottom of that situation. DBS Sports will continue to follow the story and bring updates as soon as they become available. Host of the Caribbean Cricket Podcast, Marshall St. Patrick Hewitt, says Kavem Hodge has earned the right to be on the West Indies team for all of the Test series in 2026. Hodge, who was dropped earlier this year, bounced back against New Zealand, finishing the tour with an average of 53. St. Patrick Hewitt says Hodge demonstrated great character and deserves his peak.
So Kavem batted 4 innings. It's a bit of a mixed bag for Kavem here, because look at these 4 innings he batted. None, 35, 123 not out, none. So 2 ducks in the series, a significant ton, one of only 3 players to hit a ton. He leaves the series with an average of 53, which obviously is significantly above his test match average. His test match average now, after 13 test matches, is 29. Strong for a West Indian. That includes, 13 matches, 26 innings, 200s, 350s. I think the main thing for Kavem Hodge here is he has to now be a staple in the West Indies team moving forward. If I'm Darren Sammy, I'm giving Kavem Hodge all of the test matches next year. Sri Lanka, Pakistan, and Bangladesh. I'm giving him all of them. Okay, I know that spin's not necessarily his strong point, but he's earned his right. Yeah, he got dropped for Australia. Didn't play away in India, comes back for a New Zealand because he was picked for conditions similar with England, where they believe that Kavem has the batting technique to play in seaming conditions like New Zealand, as he showed in England as well. And he delivered on that, right? So it means he should be rewarded. He's going to face a spin barrage against against Sri Lanka and Pakistan and Bangladesh, but I think he's earned the right.
But he says Alec Athanaze needs to step up or he could be dropped again from the team.
How long is the piece of rope before you say to a young player, actually, you've had a lot of chances, and you're not really showing me that you deserve to be at the highest level. So Alex now played 17 test matches and his average is 24. Like, come on. And I know standard West Indian metrics, that's about what a West Indian player does nowadays, somewhere between 23 to 27. But that's not good enough, not if you're a top order bats. So now he's played 17 test matches, how much longer is Alec Athanasis' rope before we say, actually, yeah, it's not good enough? Again, some of you will say, Mash, I'm being harsh. But someone like Alec, I think you have to be harsh on Alec Athanasis. Like, we can all see the talent, right? But if you aren't fulfilling the talent, at some point we have to say, well, hold on a minute, what are you doing exactly? So we have to be harsh. He's got to raise his standards.
That too is a look at the DBS Morning News and Sports, another major package at 1:15 on behalf of the News and Sports Department. And our link person, Joseph Fadul, Curtis Matthew saying good morning. Coming up very soon, the insert of the package.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fenced pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
This Christmas, bring home the joy with NBD. Apply for an NBD credit card or personal loan, and you could be one of our lucky winners in a special Christmas shopping spree. Celebrate the season with friends and family. Shop for your holiday favorites and make this Christmas truly magical. Make your season brighter. Visit any NBD branch today. For more information, go to nbddominica.com or call 767-255-2300. Hurry! This festive offer ends January 9th, 2026. Don't miss your chance to bring home the joy. Terms and conditions apply.
It's time to bring you this morning's edition of the Insert of the Package on your nation station DBS Radio, brought to you compliments of our good friends at A&A Low Price Center.
A&A Low Price Center in the village of Calabishi offers the best prices for the freshest products ever. One-stop convenient shopping at A&A Low Price Center in Calabishi. For your foods, your everyday needs, snacks, liquor, dry goods, and more. Just about everything located in the flat of Calabishi, directly in the center of the village. Come to A&A Low Price Center on the highway in Calabishi. A&A Low Price Center is family owned and operated. It is fully computerized, VAT compliant, load tow, credit card and top-up capabilities. Stop at A&A Low Price Center in Calabishi today or call 445-7655. Drop us an email